Well, we've had Planet of the Apes, Planet of the Vampires, and even Planet of the Apes. Okay, so why not Planet of the Dinosaurs? Or Planet of Dinosaurs? I don't know about this. Not having a "the" is giving me serious Legend of Dinosaurs and Monster Birds flashbacks. Here's hoping this movie also has a funky soundtrack. Planet of Dinosaurs is a 1977 low-budget sci-fi movie that on the surface may seem like a silly concept, but when you think about it, it's actually kind of ingenious. I mean, kids already love dinosaurs, and ever since Star Wars came out, space movies are big, so why not put the two together? The whole dinosaur-space movie combination definitely lent itself to some pretty awesome poster art, although some of them really played up the Star Wars angle, including this one that makes it seem like the Millennium Falcon lands on the planet. Great, way to spoil the plot of that upcoming Han Solo film. Even if you've never seen the actual movie, you may have still seen clips of it, since this seems to be the go-to movie for people who need dinosaur footage. Just ask Ed Glazer. And hey, the constellations don't form mythological gods, they form dinosaurs. My 5th grade science teacher was full of shit. Oh, and in case you thought I was kidding about this being influenced by Star Wars, the script was written by a guy named Lucas. Here's hoping there aren't any monologues about sand. Anyway, we begin on a ship flying in uncharted space, but something quickly goes wrong.
Admiral, emergency, runaway reactor. We have a runaway reactor. Admiral, she's gone critical.
By the way, there's no build-up to this. We learn there's something wrong with the reactor, the crew ejects, and the ship explodes all within the first 2.5 minutes. And a minute and a half of that was just the opening credits.
Captain, what the hell happened?
The Odyssey disintegrated.
Yes, I know. I can see that, but I'm asking what the hell happened?
I don't know.
I am Vice President of Spaceways Incorporated.
I don't know. The movie says it's American, but everything about this opening screams Italian knockoff movie. Although, that does increase the chance that it stars Caroline Munro. It looks like all of our main characters managed to make it out okay. Hopefully helmsman Jeff Foxworthy here has some good news.
Scanner showing acceptable oxygen level. The atmosphere is breathable.
If you're wearing a one-piece jumpsuit and a porn stash, you might be in a 70s sci-fi movie. Also, I think you may be crashing.
Everyone remain calm. Keep seated.
And make sure to put your tray tables up. I cannot stress that enough. So far, I can't accuse this movie of being slow-paced. We're only 5 minutes in and they're already on the Planet of Dinosaurs. That is unless, of course, they landed on the Planet of the Sharks by mistake. Yep, that's a real thing. I'm kinda surprised everybody managed to make it to shore safely. All those 70s mustaches and hairdos must have really weighed them down. Now that they're okay, maybe they can provide some of the exposition they forgot at the beginning.
The problem is, where the hell are we?
Mr. Bailey, we have just come out of subspace, and we're light years away from any known civilization.
What are you trying to tell me? This isn't Nebraska.
That is true. This movie was filmed in California. And looks like this guy's gonna be our obligatory douchebag boss character for the movie.
I don't know where we are. He doesn't know where we are. She don't know where we are. You don't know where we are. Didn't you send out an SOS?
Yes, but I don't think it was received.
Well, send it again, girl!
Man, Burton Cummings was a dick in the 70s. No wonder Randy Bachman left the Guess Who. The crew realizes they left their transmitter out in the water and decide to swim to go get it. And once again, I gotta admire this movie for getting straight to the point. Only 8 minutes in and we're already getting some fan service. Hey, don't kill fan service lady already. We're only 8 minutes in. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to stare at this guy's chest for the rest of the movie. Now that they've got their gear, they better find some shelter quick. It's almost day for nightfall.
No! I want the water, but I won't go in.
What's the matter? It's all right, it's just the water. Look, take this.
I don't know if giving her a giant caulking gun is gonna make her feel safer, but whatever. By the way, get used to seeing this, because there is a ton of walking in this movie. I don't know how, but they managed to fit an entire Lord of the Rings movie's worth of walking in less than an hour and a half. Oh well, at least this allows Pex McShirtlessface here to get some exercise. He didn't win the Doug McClure lookalike contest 3 times in a row for nothing, after all. So are they done walking?
I'm not going one step further. We've got to get out of the swamp before night.
What? You mean it's not supposed to be nighttime yet? Well then tell the cameraman to open the lens wider, I can barely see anything. They decide to camp for the night, day, whatever, but they soon realize they're not alone.
What the hell was that?
I've heard something like that before. Once when I was in Africa.
You heard dinosaurs when you were in Africa? The movie's been fast-paced so far, so this must mean we're about to get some intense dinosaur action. Oh, okay, I guess nothing happened then.
We've got company.
Thanks, Jim. Now in the future, do you mind telling me that like you aren't about to rape me in my sleep? That was nice of the dinosaurs to wait until daytime to show up. This stop-motion animation is where most of the budget went, after all.
Looks like some sort of dinosaur. But here?
This planet is similar to Earth. Similar elements bring about similar life forms.
Well, that explains that. And besides, forget the dinosaurs, we've got more walking to get to. In addition to the effects, I think most of the movie's budget went to getting clean socks for the actors. But they've got bigger problems to worry about. Looks like there's Bigfoot on this planet, too.
Look! Over there!
What could have done that?
Some very large predator.
Thanks, Jim. And I guess they aren't able to make any Brontosaurus burgers from the corpse, so better start picking some berries.
They're much like belladonna on Earth. Ah, friends from home. Deadly poison, of course.
I probably should have told you that first. My bad. And after they find the berries, can you guess what happens next? Yep, more walking. Alright, time for some dino action. Like I said, most of the movie's budget went towards the stop-motion effects, and while they're not as good as Ray Harryhausen's best work, they're still pretty impressive considering how low the budget was. Especially compared to some of the dinosaurs I usually see on this show. Actually, one of the people who worked on this movie was Jim Danforth, who also did the effects for When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, although weirdly, he didn't do the stop-motion here. Okay, that's kind of like hiring Ray Harryhausen to do your movie's catering, but whatever. The T-Rex, of course, wins. When there isn't a King Kong on your planet, that's pretty much a given.
How are we going to get away from something that big?
Does it involve walking? Yep. At this point, even the characters are getting fed up with walking.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are we going?
Up, Mr. Baylor. We'd be safe there. If there's only this entrance, the bigger creatures won't be able to climb up.
Oh, they won't, huh? Well, I'll tell you something. I know one small creature that's not going to climb up either.
Are we sure this guy's the vice president of a spaceship company and not just the manager of a pizza parlor? At least this movie breaks up the walking scenes with scenes of walking uphill. And how about that soundtrack? You know, Yes's concept album about walking isn't among their best work. Okay, you found a cave. Does that mean you can stop walking now?
I'll need 2 volunteers to see what's up there.
Ah, well, at least this gives him a nice view. Ooh, and looks like they found some eggs.
Do you know what this is, sweetheart? This is Eggs Benedict for a week. Can you imagine what must have laid these?
A dinosaur? And when this guy isn't busy being an idiot, he's being a loud idiot.
Here, Chicky! Come here, Uncle Harvey, sweetheart!
Well, if you insist. I don't know about their weapons. It only seems to momentarily blind the dinosaur. It seems less like a laser gun and more like just a laser pointer. In any case, run, fat ass, run! Okay, good. You found a cliff. Now, if When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth is any indication, you know what you have to do. Ooh! Okay. Not exactly what I had in mind. Oh well, at least I can still use this clip.
Can you stop
you sucker! Can you fly?
And nice try, movie, but there's no way I'm buying that's enough rocks to cover Harvey.
Shouldn't we say something? I will.
Alright, he was a loudmouth dick and he grabbed my ass at the office Christmas party. Amen, now let's get going. Well, another one of their group may have been killed, but they're not going to let that stop them from getting their cardio for the day. But there seems to be some division among the group.
It's a good spot. Easy to defend. We'll stay here till we're rescued.
Till we're rescued? Let's face it, we're stuck here. This is our life now. This is our world.
No, it's not. The movie's called Planet of Dinosaurs, not Planet of the Power Walkers. Jim wants to go out and find the T-Rex in order to kill it, while the captain wants to stay put and build a permanent camp. And thankfully for the audience, they pick the option that doesn't involve more walking. Besides, if they want to kill the T-Rex, they're really going to have to work on their technology-making skills. So far, they've only been able to make the first weapon in a Turok game. However, the captain still isn't sure he made the right decision.
You agree with Jim? You think the stockade's a waste of time?
I didn't say that.
Jim thinks everything I do is a waste of time. He doesn't think I know what I'm doing.
I don't know about that. I mean, you know, pants are a better option than a one-piece jumpsuit. Our main characters may think they're safe, but unfortunately for them, somebody left some Spencer Gifts Halloween decorations up here. Unlike King Kong, this movie made damn sure to include its spider pit sequence.
We're safe, huh?
Considering that thing got defeated by a pimp slap, yeah, I'd say compared to being down with the T-Rex you are. But this movie isn't all stop-motion monster attacks and walking scenes. It also makes time for a little romance.
He was a good employee.
I think he was more than that.
Many men have been more than that. I haven't led an angelic life.
You're honest.
If you're showing off more cleavage than your girlfriend, you might be a redneck. Well, our characters finished building their stockade. Only one thing left to do now. Get drunk.
I got a little berry juice here I fermented up. Listen, it tastes kind of weird, but I'm gonna sit back a wallop.
Just be careful, I also put some wild mushrooms I found in there. And I think this party might be getting a little too crazy.
The dance of desire.
Hey!
Whoa, take it easy with the saucy dancing movie. I wouldn't want YouTube to think this video isn't advertiser friendly. Oh, too late. Jim, however, decides to be a party pooper and leave. I think he's still mad the group didn't take his suggestion to walk more.
He's not like you. He doesn't always know what's right.
Don't be sarcastic.
Yeah, that's my job.
We're lonely, Jim. And we're frightened. And God help us, a little drunk.
Yeah, because nothing turned women on in the 70s like a rugged version of Fred Penner. Now that they're done building the stockade, the next thing they need to work on is knitting a shirt for this guy.
In the normal survey of a new planet, you first explore it with scanner rays. The methionine coating on the vectors would bounce the rays right back to the ship.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Are there any dinosaurs up here by any chance? Oh, hey, there's one. They may be getting attacked again, but on the plus side, the dinosaurs appear to be getting smaller. That means they just have to wait long enough for the effects budget to run out and they should be okay. And is the highest setting on their laser gun sunburn? I think a slingshot would be a more effective weapon than that thing. Not that it really matters, the T-Rex takes care of it anyway.
His footprints disappeared.
Looks like some other animal was here.
Okay, you know the T-Rex is nearby, so what are you gonna do about it? Oh, no more walking! Figure out what to do about the T-Rex!
We've got to hunt it down now in its lair and kill it.
Jim, you're crazy. How are we going to kill a thing that big?
Well, if you were Richard Boone, you'd make yourself a catapult and some papaya grenades. But since I don't think there's enough machismo in this group to even fill one of Richard Boone's facial warts, you're probably going to have to think of something else. And it'd probably help them plan better if they could see. Somebody tell the cameraman to open the damn lens wider. Oh well, at least the darkness gives these two a little privacy. Great, thanks a lot, Cockblockosaurus. And would somebody wake up the cameraman? The effects team worked really hard on this animation and you can barely see it. Let this girl's death be a warning to the rest of you. You provide any fan service in this movie and you are dead. I'm looking at you, shirtless guy.
Where are you going?
To find its lair!
Just be careful, there might be some hidden dinosaurs in there waiting to jump out. Jim and the captain do find the T-Rex's lair, but after realizing they're only holding a couple of sharp sticks, they decide to get the hell out of there. Looks like they're gonna need a new plan.
We can use those poison berries.
Ah yes, the first rule of screenwriting. If you introduce some poison berries in the first act, you damn well better use them in the third. So the plan to kill the T-Rex involves killing a smaller dinosaur and filling its carcass with poison berries in the hopes that the T-Rex will eat it and die. That seems like a pretty good plan to me. Even if the T-Rex doesn't take the bait, Foxworthy here can still use the meat to open this planet's first golden corral. However, their plan runs into a bit of a snag. If you think facing a T-Rex head-on with a spear is a good idea, you might be ready. Oh God, I'm being eaten! Oh sweet baby Jesus, please help me! Well, that didn't work. So the new plan is to soak some pointy sticks in poison and hope the T-Rex just kinda runs into them. Look, you guys need to think a little bigger here. I mean, if Ray Harryhausen movies have taught me anything, there is one surefire way to take care of giant stop-motion monsters. See? Now get cracking and start building a giant crossbow. Oh, and speaking of Harryhausen, when the captain goes to distract the T-Rex, he also ends up running into... the beast from 20,000 Fathoms? Okay, guess that gives me an excuse to use this clip. Ah, I love that. Okay, we've got the T-Rex versus the beast from 20,000 Fathoms. This fight ought to be good. Alright, that was quick. I said in my When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth video that if you can't get Ray Harryhausen to do your animation, just use one of his monsters. But this movie's attitude seems to be if you can't get Harryhausen, just kill one of his monsters. He didn't even put up a fight. Even Mike Tyson would say this was one-sided. Did I just witness the start of the world's first stop-motion beef?
Okay, you all know what we have to do.
Wait patiently at camp for the T-Rex to run into your spikes? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that plan wouldn't involve any walking. Are you guys sure about this? You know, on second thought, this was a bad idea. Run! Alright, you got it to camp, but there is no way the T-Rex is just gonna run into the poison spikes. Okay, never mind. I guess it's true what they say about dinosaurs. They really did have tiny brains. Unfortunately, Jim forgot the cardinal rule. Always stay away from dying stop-motion monsters. Just kidding, he's fine.
Jim!
Somebody get me out of here!
And hurry up! It landed on me anus first! So having defeated the T-Rex, we now flash forward several years where the characters have not only built a settlement, but they've also been really working on their facial hair. Even the women. Chuck, however, has still not bothered to make a shirt.
Think we'll ever be rescued?
Somehow it doesn't really matter anymore.
Nyla then died in childbirth because there weren't any hospitals around. But hey, does it really matter? So that's Planet of Dinosaurs, one of the most requested movies in my show's history. Sure hope it was worth it. The movie's kinda similar to The Deadly Spawn in the sense that while it's clearly very low budget, the monster effects are actually pretty well done and fun to watch. But also like The Deadly Spawn, there's some pretty rough acting, and there are a lot of slow stretches. Between all the walking and characters arguing, the movie can be a bit of a rough watch when the dinosaurs aren't on screen, but the dinosaur scenes are entertaining enough for fans of the genre. And hey, the movie's called Planet of Dinosaurs, and it does indeed give us a planet full of several types of dinosaurs, so I can't accuse it of false advertising. And on this show, that counts as a small victory. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.